Someone I don't know if I'm in on or not, and I actually wasn't very aware of, was Casey Veggies.
Mm,
I was, I think, somewhat aware he was involved with Odd Future to an extent, but
that's right.
I don't think I've heard anything about him other than that he's been attached to Odd Future in the past, and now that Odd Future isn't really working together anymore in that sense. I don't know if we can say that
Mm,
they dissolved, but they're currently dormant in terms of what they're putting out together. What what has he been doing? I mean, it seems like he had a project earlier this year we didn't talk about.
I think it was just some of these early songs, but Casey Veggies is a very interesting guy to me, just because he is someone who got a really nice start right away. Um, I want to say he was like maybe 18. He's a contemporary of Tyler, and as you said, Odd Future Connection. He's featured on Odd Toddlers off Bastard, Tyler's debut tape. He was actually a early Odd Future member who left the group and became kind of an affiliate, still their friend, like the way Vince Staples operated on
Hmm.
OF. And around that time, as you can imagine, with the way those circles were moving in the beginning of the decade, he became friends with Mac Miller, and he was an opening act on the Blue Slide Park tour, and that's actually how I became aware of Casey Veggies. Is I saw him live. I also saw him a second time open up for Big Sean, and I believe he got uh, affiliated with Rock Nation and Jay Z. People are like, all right, Casey Veggies, LA artist. He broke off from Odd Future right away to be a solo artist, be his own guy, riding around town. Kind of an early internet hit for him. What's going to happen? And it just never really went anywhere. It was very interesting, and like he would just kind of be dormant for times, and he dropped some projects like the Rocky Fresh collab project and Fresh Veggies, and like there's good stuff on there, but he never really grew that audience beyond like the internet, like in the know people that knew about him. And I always just find it very interesting because it just definitely felt like he missed his moment, missed his chance, and he definitely seems to reflect on this new album, Organic. But yeah, I mean, he never really had a hit to speak of, so that's kind of why most people weren't aware of him, and probably why you hadn't heard of him in several years.
So, what do you think of this new Casey Veggies album?
Yeah, what stood out to me right away was the strength of the features. Getting a
Mm-hmm.
game feature, getting YG,
Yeah.
getting E40, really affiliating yourself with California for sure. But given I assume his status with his label is not good, given that his career hasn't really grown that much. I wonder if he had to pay for those himself. I'm kind of curious about that. Um,
Hmm.
but that stood out to me just because like that shows like he's really trying to grow. And I think these songs, they sound a lot like Casey's songs. Like I don't know if I heard a hit on here, but at the same time, it did feel like he was kind of adapting to the way West Coast music sounds right now, West Coast rap. And I think that is a good development, given that he was also kind of just doing his own thing the past few years, and thus not really adopting any trends. And it still sounds like a Casey project, so it's not like he sold out or anything. But yeah, I thought it was just okay, which I think is again the problem is he needs something to really pop for him. I
Mm-hmm.
think he's young; he's like 24 or something, but despite being around a long time, but it's I don't know. It just feels like this is not gonna help him pop, and I feel like he's needed that for a while. I mean, what did you think?
Yeah, I think your thoughts characterize a lot of what I felt. There wasn't anything that I felt was super memorable other than the song Mirage, which I thought the beat on that was really cool. And it actually reminded me a bit of like a Earl Sweatshirt type sound in a sense.
Early colleague, it makes sense.
Um, I felt like the YG feature on I Came Up was really solid, but then E40 comes in, and all respect to E40, he sounds like he's on just a different track, or like he recorded
Yeah.
this and then they like try to put him over it because he just does not fit into that song at all. I did like Stop Playing with Dom Kennedy. I thought that was one of the better earlier songs on the album, but I don't know. I just didn't find much to be too memorable, and for an artist that you know I obviously wasn't aware before. Nothing here is really gonna make me come back and or dig deeper into his catalog at this point.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I thought he had a hit back in 2014, Backflip with YG and I Am Sue. I like that track a lot. I think that song's really fun. And that song, I feel like that came out now. If that song came out maybe under a different name, uh, that would have been a hit. I think he actually performed it on, I want to say, 106 in Park or some one of those revival shows. He performed it live, like on TV. And it's like The Rock definitely pushed it and tried to make that song hit. It just didn't work. And yeah, for a guy who's been around a long time and still grinding, again, he acknowledges that a lot. I think maybe if he keeps going, like Case Kid just doesn't sound like he's failing or anything, it'll be okay. But I just, I don't know. I just, because I was a fan for a very long time and the customized Greatly tapes, like there's a lot of tracks in there I really like, and he just feels like he never moved past that early success. So it's just, I don't know. It just kind of feels I don't know, a little disappointing, a little sad when I hear,
Yeah.
you know, no, nothing I see going to push it forward. So I don't know. Definitely give him a shot if you never heard him before. I think he does have a bit of a unique voice.
Just my last thought on him is that he's still really young. He's like, I think 25. So he's got
Yep.
some time to hopefully figure this out and right the ship. I think there's potential. And if nothing else, he has a good eye for his album covers because awesome album cover. Looks really great.
Hell yeah.